a second mother to me. When she was not praying for us, she would always help those around her by nourishing them, cooking for them, and just having fun with us. As a child, I seen her every day when I woke up to go to school, make sure I ate my breakfast and didn't skip anything, make sure I did my homework, and of course, make sure I wasn't late for the bus, which happened on occasion. And same thing as when I returned. She would always greet us when we came from school, and always had something prepared for us, and just took it for granted at that time. I believe now I just, I mainly didn't appreciate it as I do now. I believe today I appreciate all her and her family a lot more, knowing that not all the children that I went to school with had the same fortunate life that I did. And it's important to realize that. And it's just taught me now that I'm very fortunate of being a Patel, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So for that reason, Ba, I promise to you that I will give back what you have and the rest of my family have so humbly given to me. Thank you.
Ba was a mom. She was a mom to all of us. She always smiled, always cared for her grandchildren. Ba was devoted to God, as I always convinced her to praise Jay Shankar as our first, for he was always deserving. After she passed, I believe we all 8 brothers became a little older, a little wiser, a little stronger. My feet want to walk. My chest has more takat. My hands feel more gentle. My eyes more pure. Our family will honor her in all of our hearts, and in all of our hearts, we will smile for her victory, as she did. I may not have the words now, but they will come as my life continues and my journey continues. Shabda Akash Mati Ave, Pavan Mati Ave. Thank you, Jay Shankar.
My first distinct memories of Montamami come after I was 7 years of age. In 1996, my parents, brother, and I moved to Harrisburg from India. At first, I remember being rather scared of Ba. With such a fiery personality and strong spirit, she could quickly fill the room with her loud voice. It could be pretty intimidating to be a young kid on the receiving end of her booming tones, which could explode like thunder without warning. Fortunately, as time went on, I came to know and understand KiKi Ba much better. Aside from being our family's tough matriarch, she was also very much wise, caring, and had a beautiful sense of humor. She loved to plant things and see them grow. Every summer, my uncle's porch would be filled with many pots, a small sea of green which became her garden. She made it her purpose to send hundreds of cups of tulsi seedlings to Hari Temple every year when she was able. Even when she was ill, she still tried her hardest to continue her work. She never made an excuse as to, I can't do this or I can't do that, unless she really couldn't. And she always maintained a very strong sense of self-dignity and self-respect. And that is the image and the memory that I will hold on to for KiKi Ba.
The best way that I remember my grandma, KiKi Ba, is a woman with a strong personality and good judgment. She was a wise and a strong matriarch, the de facto leader of the Patel clan. When I started school, I remember being told stories of good leaders, and I remember just thinking of her she could be a good CEO, run any Fortune 500 company if she wanted to. But when she was growing up, she did not have that opportunity. So she focused her energy on raising a family. And what a great job they've done. Her and Dada, they started with just them. You know, pretty soon there was 4 boys. All 4 of them had 2 boys each. And now we have a great grandchild. So tonight is about remembering her and her legacy, and all the good she's done in the world. So what I would want to focus on is the fact that her and Dada came from nothing, a poor country where they grew up destitute, no running water, patchy electricity, but now, pretty soon, this family is in arguably the best place in the world. They are they're productive members of this society. They're contributing. And I think that's what we should focus on. So Dada was born in 1929, 1930. Ba is a few years older than him. The youngest one, Anuj, he will be 35 in 2030. So in 100 years, we should have 40 or 50 people in the family. And I think that would be her legacy. And that's what I'm proud to call family.
I had a pretty usual routine for a few years. Every morning before I went to the office, I would wake up and get ready and head home from breakfast. This was the time I spent most with Ba. I was always met with a warm smile and the question of "Su khao che?" And my favorite response was always "Tiki puri chai." Ba said that this was one of my favorites even as a child. So while dipping my puri in my chai and enjoying breakfast, our most important topic of discussion was usually my marriage. Anis, she would say. She would peruse the Gujarati paper as often as she could, cutting out biodata ads like there were coupons from the Sunday paper, and have them ready on the counter in the hopes that I would find one I liked and send my biodata out. She would say, "Achokri sundar che, 5'4", perfect height, and a doctor." Every ad seemed to be the perfect match for me. I did eventually find my perfect match, and I am glad Ba got to spend some time with her. I would visit with Rupal in the hospital, and I would ask Ba, "Dai chokri che na?" And she would say, "Ha, dai chokri che." Along with the marriage topic, would sometimes tell me stories of when I was a child in India. How I would wrap socks on my hands and light sparklers inside the house. She would strip me into my underwear before feeding me a mango, as I would get it all over myself, and it would literally be a bath every time I was done. In my younger years, I would call Ba Mami, as that is what she was. She was a mother, and the best grandmother I could ask for. I would miss her so much, and I would definitely miss all those breakfasts that we shared together.
For me, and I think this goes for the rest of us, we all have very fond memories of Ba. One of the early ones for me is, as Mahir was saying, her booming voice going across the neighborhood to call me in from going out from playing. And then more recently, one of the other questions I always get from Ba is, when will I ever come home? And when's the next time I'm going to visit? I really especially think she really wanted to see Sam, but not me. But anyway, Ba has made a great impact on all of us. And I know she loved each one of us in her own special way. You will be missed, but you will always be in our hearts. Thanks.